Whatever you want to drop. All right, perfect. Wonderful, wonderful. We almost have 120 people on the call. And first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody for all the messages and all the gratefulness that I've been receiving the last 2 days. Because for me, it was a milestone to reach the position of Chairman 10. That's something that I've been working on for 4 years. It's not a personal thing that I did. It's a group effort. All right. So I want to thank all the leaders and all the people in the team as well. So really, really, really grateful because this is like the first for the people that are new in IM. Chairman 10 is like the first big leadership position that you can achieve. All right. So really, really grateful. What we're going to teach today is actually how to do the same. Okay. Drop residual income if you want to build up your residual income in the chat box. Drop residual income. Who here would like to earn $13,000 a month? Let me know in the chat box. I think it's a very logical question. Who here would like to earn $13,000 a month? Residually. That's a big difference. Residually. All right. Maybe you have a doctor, or maybe you have a lawyer that is earning around 10,000, but the doctor needs to be there 12 hours a day. All right. It's not residually. If you're earning it residually, it means you could go to Dubai, you could go to London, you could go to Barcelona, you could go to Belgium, you could go to Holland and still get paid. All right. Who would like that? To still get paid, doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter, at what place or which city that you are, but you still get paid. All right. That's residual income. If you have a week that you don't do a lot, or if you have a week that you're doing a lot, or if you have a week that you're laying in bed, for example, you're going to get paid because you built up the residual income. Okay. But so I was watching a video from Matt Rosa today. Before you can get paid, you need to work, 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 and then you can get paid. All right. And after a while, if you work, 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 you will get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid, get paid. All right. So that's what we're striving for. Next to the trading profits is to actually create the residual income. Okay. And with the residual income, you can build up your trade account. You can invest in NFTs. You can invest in crypto. Who here on this call has bought an NFT already? Let me know in the chat box. Who has bought their NFTs? I see Luke on the call. I know that he has a lot of NFTs, so he's very, very into it. But that's basically the blessing of this company, because we can use our residuals to build wealth. Okay, so I'm just going to share a little bit of my story. This is the 4th day of the bootcamp, and I'm going to talk about the art of duplication, the compound effect of duplication, and the art of launching yourself and a new member. All right. Now, my name is Anthony. For the people that don't know me, I'm 28 years old. I've been 4 years in this business. This was my first company, my first experience in network marketing as well. So no previous experience. I started when I was working in real estate. I was working in a 9-to-5 job. And it was a job that I really liked, but I didn't see myself doing it for the rest of my life. I don't know if some people have the same feeling. Drop yes if you have the same feeling, like if you don't see yourself doing the same job for the rest of your life. I think a lot of people will, because that's sometimes the reason that people join this business. But I had this feeling. I didn't want to do it for the rest of my life, because you always need to be there 9 hours a day, 5 days a week, to do it 50 years of your life for a limited income. I was asking my colleague, he was working there for 30 years already, or 25 years. I said to him, like, between me and you, how much do you earn on a monthly basis? And he said around 2,300 euros. And I didn't say anything because I didn't want to offend him. But that's when I realized, like, all right, I'm not gonna do this for the rest of my life, because I always need to be there, and I will always get the same amount of money, all right, or around the same amount of money. And then I did a first investment in cryptocurrency in 2017, back when Bitcoin was around 1,000 euros for one Bitcoin. I invested like 5,000 euros in different coins like Ripple, Stellar, and Ethereum. And the 5,000 euros grew to over 100,000 euros in actually 4 or 5 months. All right. And that was without experience, without any knowledge. And I was like completely blown away from what was possible. And that really triggered me to learn more about trading and learn more about investing, because I realized, like, if I can do this without knowledge, then what can I do with knowledge? All right. And that's basically when when Ardian came to me. Ardian was a good friend of mine, and he said, bro, I have an amazing opportunity for you. And that's when the journey started. All right. I combined the 2 years with my job. Eventually at Platinum 2000, I had my crypto portfolio. I had 2,000 residual coming in from the company, and I was building my trade account. I had my savings account, and I was able to say to my boss, ciao, ciao, I'm out of here. All right. Because I was building to trade, because I was already earning the $2,000 a month. I could have a bad trading month, that didn't matter. I got the $2,000 coming. All right. So that's actually a little bit of my story. The last 4 years, and I've been doing this now for 2 years, like full-time. So this is my full-time kind of, I would not say job, because it's not a job, but my full-time occupation or a business. And we created over a community of over almost 1,000 students right now, active students in the team. So really, really, really grateful. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to get started with the training for today. Just give me a second. Perfect. So that was basically the introduction that I wanted to do. We're going to talk about the magical compound effect of duplication and launching. Okay. First of all, there was a mistake in the flyer. It's not P5 anymore. It became Chairman 10. But I said to Shari, you can just leave it. Otherwise, we need to remake it. But the first thing in launching is you need to launch yourself. All right. Because I don't know if there is anybody who has like a physical business on this call. Let me know. Who has like a physical business, like maybe a restaurant, or could be, I see Justin van den Bunder. I know you have one. I've been there a lot of times. I see a lot of people. Jai has a resto. Shira has also a physical business. Now, when you start a physical business, for example, you start a restaurant. One of my best friends, Bram, he has a restaurant. Okay, it's called Ikigai. It's a Japanese restaurant, very good to go, by the way. But when he is starting the restaurant, he was promoting like crazy. You know, some people, they even go with flyers on the street. I'm opening a new restaurant. There was a big billboard, new restaurant opening. On social media, new restaurant, Ikigai, 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 Ikigai. All right. The whole family knew Bram had a restaurant. His parents, his mother, his father, his grandfather, his brothers, his sisters, everybody knew. He was launching his business. All right. You could pay influencers. All right. Some people are paying influencers. Some people are paying for advertisement. But when sometimes people join IM Academy, $1 billion opportunity, literally, because the Forex market alone is a $6.6 trillion market, and the network marketing industry is a $180 billion industry. All right. And most of the people, they don't launch their business. This is crazy. All right. When you start this business, when you start this opportunity, why would you not launch your business? All right. It's a business just like another business. In my opinion, it's a business that's a lot better. It's not because if it's an online business that you don't need to launch your business. Okay. So that's the first thing I want to do with everybody on this call is, especially if you're new, this is more for the newer people. If you're new and if you feel like I didn't really launched my business yet, you go to social media, you go to your Instagram stories, and you make a story and you say, I'm launching my first online business. Swipe if you want to learn how. With a, like, you could do like a poll or a kind of swipe. We learned yesterday from Cassidy and Ashley how to implement the swipe and the polls. You could do that, okay? And we will do that right now. So I want everybody to take their phones and to make a story. I'm launching my first online business. All right. Swipe if you want to know how. Swipe if you want to generate online income. Okay. Because you really want to launch yourself before you can launch somebody else. All right. Because this is a $1 billion opportunity. All right. I was able to quit my job. I was able to live in another country. I was able to travel towards different countries, and I was able to do everything that I wanted to do with this business. All right. So we must take this serious. It's not because it's only 200 euros to start that it's not a business. All right. Because for a normal traditional business, I know Bram, you know, some people, they need to take a loan of 200,000, 300,000 euros in order to launch their business. Here, you don't need a lot of money to start this business. All right. So make sure to launch yourself. That's the first step. The second step is launching your member. Now, I'm going to share what I do. It's something that you can use as well. When you're launching somebody, the first step, the first day, when the person is signing up, I always like to sign up the person together. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of time. I just had actually 20 minutes ago, I just signed somebody up personally. I was 10 minutes on a call with the person. All right, I want to do it together with the person. Now the things that you want to go over in the first call, so when you sign the person up, is you do the subscription together. That's the first one. You make a welcome flyer. This is something that I like to do as well. And if you have made the welcome flyer, you drop it in your team chat, and there's a lot of excitement. All right, because everybody is welcoming the new member. All right, everybody says welcome, 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 welcome. What you also can do if you have the welcome flyer is you put it on your Instagram story. So you have the flyer and there says like new member, I'm learning more about different streams of online income. This could be the flyer with like a picture that he's smiling and he's happy. All right. So what I do, I post this on my story and I tag 10 team members. I tag 10 team members. All right. Why? Because these team members, they will also share it on their story or make or do a repost, and their network will also see that there are new students joining an online business. What is going on, you know? So they're already promoting because I tag 10 team members. Okay. The third thing that you want to do is you want to add them to the groups, which is logical. Let them finish the basics. What I said here is don't do too much in the beginning. All right. You want to keep it short and sweet. The basics is around 4 hours of video material. That's more than enough to start with. Okay. Because success loves speed. You can write that down. By the way, everybody, I hope everybody is taking notes here on this call, because 98% of the things that I'm saying, you won't be able to remember if you don't write it down. Okay. It's scientifically proven that whatever you're writing down, the connections that you're making in your brain are way more powerful. Okay. If you don't write anything down, you will make no connections. All right. And you will forget it. And also maybe to put everybody their camera on, it's always nice to see everybody their faces. I think they're introducing a new lockdown in Holland and Belgium. So it's always nice to see each other, right? So we can see each other, their beautiful, beautiful faces, okay? So you want to let them finish the basics. You want to set up a demo account. okay, so that they are able to make their first profit. You want to go over the why and the goals. This is also very important. And you don't just want to say, write down your why and goals, but you want to give a little bit more information about the why and the goals. Okay. What I always do, I always tell a story. If you want to be a professional in this business, you need to become a good storyteller. Okay. What I do is, for example, when I talk about the why, I always tell the same thing. I say, when I talk about the why, I say it's the driving force. It's, your why should make you cry. Your why stands for what hurts you. And I always give the story of Simon Sinek, for example. I said Simon Sinek, he actually wrote the book Start With Why. Okay, for the people that haven't read it, it's a good book. And he has done a research of over 300 successful entrepreneurs, top soccer players, top basketball players, about what actually was the cause of their success. And what he realized with all those 300 successful individuals is that every single person had a very strong why or a very strong driving force. They didn't need an alarm clock to wake up in the morning. All right. They didn't need a mentor to say, have you watched The Basics yet? They didn't need a mentor to say, have you contacted 5 people already for your 2 and 3? All right. Because their why was much stronger than anybody else. All right. So I tell the story. And then I also tell sometimes this story about Romelu Lukaku, the soccer player. Lately I've seen a video from him on Instagram, and he was talking about when he was growing up. He was 16 years old. I think a lot of people maybe has seen this video as well. He was 16 years old, and every single evening, the dinner that he had was cold milk with oatmeal. Every single evening. And back then he knew, he was looking at his mother. He was sitting at the table with her. He was looking at her. He didn't say anything because he didn't want to offend her, but he realized that they were broke as fuck. Okay. He realized that they didn't have a lot of money. He realized that his mother was struggling. He realized that his brothers and sisters were struggling. And that was the moment for Romelu Lukaku, that specific day, that he said, I've had it. I'm not going to live like this anymore. That was the why for Romelu Lukaku. All right. That was the moment that Romelu Lukaku made the decision, I'm going to be one of the best football players of all time. Okay. And this is what you need to tell to your new members, because if you don't tell the stories, they will not understand what the why is. You need to tell stories, because if you tell stories, people will listen, but you will also be way more relatable. Okay. When I tell this story about Lukaku, it's relatable because I can almost feel the kind of feelings that Lukaku had when he was 16 years old. He must feel terrible. All right. So you want to go over the why and the goals. If you talk about the goals, please make sure that they're writing down SMART goals. Okay. If you don't know what SMART goals are, I'm not going to go into that, but specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Okay. So they need to be specific and stuff. Let them watch a video about mindset and vision. Okay. I personally have a vision that I sent to the people that I made. If you want to, you can ask me on Instagram. I will send you. And I also let them watch a video about 2 and 3 and residual income. A short video, 20 minutes, and I explain about how to invite somebody. Okay. And the most important thing is you want to set a deadline. I always give the person maximum 48 hours to maximum 72 hours before we do the real launch call. Okay. So that's the first step in the launch process. Okay. The first day that you're signing up together, you give these things to do. All right. These are the tasks. Now, the second step, and this is 48 to 72 hours later, is the launch call. Okay. This is the deadline, because if you don't work with deadlines, your people will actually not work hard. Okay. We guys are the coach. In the beginning of my journey, I would say, oh, just you watch the videos and send me a message whenever you have watched it. Sometimes 2 weeks later, sometimes a month later, they were sending me, oh, bro, I'm going to quit. I haven't had time to watch the videos this month. You know, so you want to set the deadline because you are the coach. Now, 48 to 72 hours later, you're doing the launch call. So what I do on the launch call is I show the Discord or the team chat, and I explain all the different groups in the Discord so that they know what group or which group is for what kind of information. I let them write down important events or calls in their schedule. This is also very, very important, okay? Because sometimes leaders might be complaining, my member is not coming to the Super Saturday, for example, but you need to do that in the beginning when the person is launched, all right? So I literally say, let's go to your schedule and we're gonna choose some specific dates that you need to be on this event, all right? Especially the Super Saturdays, for example, okay? I want people to come to the big Super Saturdays, all right? Because if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail, all right? So this is important. You want to schedule down the events. Now, ask if they had some questions about the basics from the videos they have watched. Set them up on a strategy or educator, okay? I personally like a strategy that is easy to learn and where you can see a faster profit. For example, what I like to do is HFX, all right, for people to begin with. I'm not going to say this is maybe the end station, but for people to begin with, it's a good way to start because you just follow Ken Vrimo. Ken Vrimo in October had 45 wins, 0 losses in 1 month, okay? So you follow Ken Vrimo and the new member is going to get some excitement because he's going to make some profits on his demo account, okay? Which is why then he has like more confidence, okay? Now you go over the why and the goals. So what I just mentioned, and this is important, you want to dig deep and you want to adjust, all right? In 99% of the cases, I always need to adjust. And what do I mean with dig deep is you really want to dig deep within the person, because most people will say, my why is to have more freedom, more money, and that's it. But you want to really know the why stands for what hurts you, all right? You really want to know what is hurting the person, what is the emotional drive behind their success. For Bauer Jan, for example, he's going to hit Chairman 10 the next coming days. His why is his mother, was always his mother. He wanted to retire his mother, all right? And for him, like his back was against the wall because that was like his driving force. For Lukaku, was the same thing. So this is a powerful why. Because sometimes you can quit for yourself, but you cannot quit if you love your mother, all right? So this is the why, and you really want to dig deep, okay? The goals are also very important because what you will realize, the most goals that you will receive from the people, they will be like, I want to have more freedom, I want to have more money, I want to travel the world. But these are not smart goals, okay? Goals that I would like to see is, for example, becoming 2 and 3 in your first month, mastering a strategy in the first 6 months, becoming Platinum 600 in the first month, okay? Watching a Go Live session every single day. These are goals that I want to see. Now, you want to go over the 2 and 3 and residuals. This is a very important aspect, okay? I'm going to go into that. So the 2 and 3s and the residuals, basically, I start about this on the presentation. It's all about how that you talk about the affiliate marketing side, all right? From the presentation on, I start to share my own story. I make also, I compare the affiliate side, so the 2 and 3, for example, with something that Airbnb does as well. Airbnb, whenever you rent an apartment on Airbnb, you send a link to, for example, Joep, and Joep will get I will get a 15% reduction because I actually, referred Joep, okay? I make the comparison. Now on the launch call, I always say like this. Now, the goal, so this is what I say, the goal for me is to get everyone at least to 2 and 3 in the beginning, so that you don't need to pay your monthly subscription, the 220 or the 150 euros anymore. That money you can actually reinvest in your trading account. Now, you don't need to do the presentation. You don't need to do the launch calls. I will do that for you. If I would help you with that, would you be open to, or would you want to achieve that? All right. So I said the goal is, and this is what everybody does in the beginning, everybody wants to go to 2 and 3. And this is the goal for everybody when they start. All right. And my goal is to help everybody to 2 and 3 in their first month, at least 2 and 3. All right. There's also, you could also do more, but at least 2 and 3, so that you don't pay the monthly subscription anymore. You don't need to do the presentation. You don't need to do the launch call. Would you be open to have your free subscription if I would help you with that? All right. This is what I say. 99% of all the people will say, yes, of course. Which is logical, because maybe not everybody wants to go to Platinum 600. Personally, I think subconsciously they want to go to Platinum 600 because, you know, if you can help people and get a $600 residual for that, everybody would want that, I think. But you're not going to tell me that nobody wants their subscription for free. All right. Everybody wants to have their subscription for free, but it's how you actually bring it to the people, and it's how you are the coach, so you set the expectations. Okay. From the teams in the United States, they say, you know, it's not 2 and 3. The standard is Platinum 600 there when you start the first month. Okay. You can choose how aggressive that you want to take it. Now, that's the second. So that's the 2 and 3 and the residual side. The name list is also very important. If they want to become 2 and 3, I ask at least 30 names. Okay. So they need to have 30 names. If they want to go to Platinum 600, I need at least 50 to 100 names. All right. And I always say, like, look, the ambitious people, the people that really, the goal getters, they have at least 100 names. Okay. And then the person on the call is going to say, I'm a goal getter, you know, I'm going to get 100 names. So that's the thing that I do. They need to send a screenshot of that name list the next day or maximum 2 days later. Okay. They need to send a screenshot to me or to the coach. Okay. You want to set their plan up for personal development. This is also a very crucial part in launching somebody. They need to work on themselves. If it's 20 pages in a book every single day, maybe it's 20 minutes to a podcast. What I would recommend actually is that they watch the chairman mentorship every single Sunday, because it's not because there stands chairman that it's about chairman. 99% of the information that they share is about mindset. And if you don't work on your mindset, you're never going to be a successful trader, which is like 100% the truth, because 90% in trading is mindset and emotional stability. 10% is actually the skill set. Okay. So you want to set the new member up for personal development. This is the major key, because I have never seen a leader that is not personally developed. Every single leader is working on his personal development. Okay. And you want to be very bold on long-term vision. This is also crucial. At the end of the launch call, I always say the same thing. I say, look, this is not a get rich quick. Okay. You're not going to make profits in the first month, even not maybe in the second month. Okay. This is not a get rich quick. So if you say, I'm going to give this to myself only 1 month, I would say to the person, it's better to quit right now. You give yourself at least 6 to 12 months with this opportunity. All right. If you're going to give 100% of your effort to me, I'm going to give 200% of my effort back. But if you give 98% of your effort to me, I'm going to give 0. All right. Because you really want to be bold. People are not going to waste your time. All right. If you are always soft, people will play with you. All right. So you need to be bold, and you need to set the vision with the new member. Okay, it's long-term vision. There's never been a successful person that has not done something for a long time. All right, maybe if you buy Shiba Inu in 2017 or Dogecoin and you never touched it, you're lucky. But most of the times, if you want to be very successful in whatever it is that you do, you need to give yourself at least 10,000 hours to become a master in something. All right, so this is the step 2 on the launch call. Step 3 is the days and weeks after that. What I would recommend is to do a continuous follow-up. You check up on the person. How is it going? Show me some profits if you have made some profits on your demo account, so I can check and coach you to the next level, to go to your live account. Okay, because that's also important. What I ask from my students is to send me a screenshot of their results, because we are the coaches. If you are a fitness coach and you're coaching somebody, for example, I'm coaching Klim, for example, and Klim never sends a picture of his body or never sends his weight every single week, I cannot coach Klim because I don't have any information. All right. So you want to receive information from the person. You want to do prospect calls with them. That's the days and the weeks after that. And you want to continuously promote events and important calls personally, not only in a group chat, but personally to the member. Okay, so that's important. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question. Why is Christopher Terry actually paying us residual income? Why is Christopher Terry paying us residual income? Let me know in the chat box. Helping people with IM, because we're impacting and helping other people. He does not pay the television because we build together. What if they fail? Because we bring people into the business. Okay, the most answers I have seen, the reasons are signing up new people. That's what he's going to pay for. Letting people duplicate, so meaning that you develop your leadership skills, okay, and build relationships and culture with your teams and people. Okay, if you can actually duplicate and build big organizations, CT or Christopher Terry is going to pay you even millions per month for that. Okay, the new rank will be soon Chairman 1 million. Okay, so but it's very important to understand, Christopher Terry is not paying you for you in order to teach people how to trade. Okay, that's a very, very important thing that we must understand, because sometimes I see people 5 days a week, 7 days a week doing trading sessions and teaching people how to trade. Okay, this is something that personally, if I look back in my journey, the reason why I was able to build a big organization is because I was using the system. Because on the Go Live TV, you have over 200 full-time traders that have made multiple millions in the market, over 2,000 hours that they can watch, and you plug them into the system. That's what Christopher Terry has created. All right. I'm not saying that you don't need to be a product of your product. That's really, really important that you are a product of your product. The only thing that I'm saying is, you don't go, if you want to make a big impact, you cannot actually teach everybody personally. You need to use the system. Okay, so this is really, really important. Now, the compound effect of 2 and 3. What if everybody went 2 and 3? This is a good question. Okay, what if everybody went 2 and 3? So let's say you start, okay, as a person, and you sign up 2 individuals. You are 2 and 3. Now, those 2 individuals, they both also become 2 and 3. You have 4 individuals, okay? Then it goes to 8, then it goes to 16, it goes to 32, 64, 128, 256, that's P5000 over there, 512, that's Chairman 10 over there, all right? 1024, that's almost Chairman 25 over there, all right? This is the power of compounding and the power of 2 and 3. All right. For me personally, the biggest focus on a launch call is to set them up on the tool to make sure that they're plugged in on a certain strategy. And the second most important reason why I do launch calls is to make sure that the person is duplicating at least towards 2 and 3. All right. Because everybody wants their subscription for free. And that's also how you're going to make more impact as a team. All right. So it's a win-win situation. Now, the art of duplication is the following. First, as a person, you need to duplicate yourself. Okay. So you need to be in phase 1, signing up new customers. The second part of duplication is duplicate leaders. And the third one is duplicate leaders that duplicate leaders. Okay, so the question you need to ask yourself, are your leaders, if you have leaders currently, just duplicating, or are they duplicating leaders? Okay. Are your leaders just duplicating, or are they duplicating leaders? Because for all my Platinum 2000s on this call, if you want to make the jump to Platinum 5000, you need to be duplicating leaders, but you actually have to have leaders that duplicate leaders. All right. If you want to make the jump to Platinum 5000 Chairman 10. Okay. This is the art of duplication. Now, the stronger your leadership, the bigger your impact will be. The stronger your leadership, the bigger your impact will be. John C. Maxwell, that's somebody that you can write down. He's a very famous leadership coach. In my opinion, he's one of the best. He always said the same thing. He always said, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Okay. Influence is basically the capacity of a leader to move somebody. All right. To move somebody in a certain direction. That's why I love this business part, because you're going to learn how to become a good leader. And it's not that leadership is only used in a network marketing business, but leadership is also used in your daily life. I don't know if, are there people that have children on the call? Does anybody has a girl or a boy or children? All right. I see some people. Now, if you have the skills of a leader, and if you are becoming a good leader, if you are able to influence your son in order to create multiple streams of income, to eat healthy, to work out, and to have a good environment, it's much more beneficial. The problem with parenting nowadays is that people don't actually know a lot about life before they start with children. All right. You need to become a good leader as well for your children. Okay. Not only in this business. So leadership is very, very important, but leadership is influence. Okay. When I was back 4 years ago, when I was Platinum 150, the influence that I had with the new member was a lot less than the influence that I have right now. Okay. If David Immunite, for example, Chairman 750, let's say that we're all in the same room and David Immunite walks in with his costume, with his charisma, with his, with his special energy, everybody in the room would be, oh, wow, David. Everybody would be quiet. If David would launch the same member that I'm launching, the possibility that the member that David is launching will be in action is a lot bigger, because David has more influence than me. All right. Because David has been in the game for 19 years, because David is earning $1 million a month with the business side. Okay. So these are the things that you can work on. As a leader, you must create the narrative. This is something that I see in the business, is I see too many leaders being a follower, and they are actually, instead of leading a team, they are being led by their team. Some people in the team, they say, we want to have trade workshops every single day. The leader says, okay, let's do that. Let's every single day. But what the leader doesn't realize is, you can have a culture of only trading, but you need to have a culture of build to trade. All right. If you want to make a bigger impact, that's the vision that I have. All right. So that's really, really important. As a leader, you are creating the narrative. You are creating the storyline. You are setting up the deadlines. You are the coach. Okay. Now, how to increase your influence? Personal development is the number one. Becoming a better leader. Results, all right? The ranks, the money that you're making. Social media, this is also crucial because you could be the best leader in the world, but if nobody sees you online, your influence will stay low, okay? That's why they call influencers on social media, is because they have influence over specific communities, okay? The fifth one is the skills, and the sixth one is through edification, okay? When, for example, no one is teaching for a team, or let's say, for example, I'm doing a launch call, and no one is in my team, and no one wants to actually put a diamond on a call, so a very person with a lot of potential. What no one will do with me is he's gonna do edification. He's gonna edify me so that I have power and more influence over the prospect or over the member, okay? So this is edification. This is crucial. How to launch a new market. So I talked about how to launch yourself, how to launch a new member, but this is also crucial, how to launch a new market, okay? I've been launching multiple markets, Rotterdam, Amsterdam, different countries, all around the world. Baurian is launching Russia. So I have experience with that. The first step that I would do is you want to rent an Airbnb for 2 days, okay? Of course, if you have already 2 or 5 members in that specific area, in that specific city. So actually, if you don't have that, the first thing that you need to do is to make sure that you have 2 or 5 members or 10 members around, let's say around 2 to 5 to maximum 10 members. That's a good number in a specific area or in a specific city, okay? If you don't have anybody, you know what you need to do. You need to invite them, or you need to go to a coffee bar. Let's say that you want to launch Amsterdam. You go to coffee bars in Amsterdam and you connect with new individuals. You meet up people, all right? The moment you have around 5 members, what I would recommend is that you rent an Airbnb, for example, for 2 days. The first day, you're going to get to know each other. You're going to have some fun. You're going to have dinner. You're going to have some pleasure, okay? Along when you're having dinner, you are painting the vision of what the platform is offering and what the vision, for example, of the CEO is, and the perfect timing that you have in this marketplace. For example, let's take the example of Amsterdam. For the people that are in Amsterdam, I don't know, let me know in the chat box if you are from Amsterdam. Amsterdam has a lot of potential to grow because there are not a lot of customers in Amsterdam. And actually, Holland itself, there are only around 600-700 students in Holland, and there are living 17 million people in Holland, all right? So I'm talking about that during the dinner, painting the vision. Now, you want to establish a team goal. What I would say during the dinner, for example, is, look, I actually, because the timing is so good as well, and you know, the platform, what we are doing is we need to create a team over here, all right? Because if we're not gonna do it, somebody else is gonna take it away, okay? So the team goal for us is to have at least 50 people by a certain date, okay? Or by a certain event. Now, the next thing that you want to do is, with all the 5 individuals that are sitting around the table, you want to establish a personal goal, a personal rank goal, okay? P1000, Platinum 2000, Platinum 600. And this is the most important one. You want to establish a big launch event where that, for example, let's say that Noman wants to start a team in Amsterdam. He's doing these steps. When he's doing the big launch event, he could leverage and edify, for example, the P5000s or the Chairman 10s, okay? He can say like, look, we are with 5 right now. I'm gonna ask if, for example, Anthony can come to the event, but if he comes, we need to make sure that we are at least having around 20 to 30 people on the event, okay? This is what you do on the first day. The second day, when you're in the Airbnb, you teach the skills of inviting, And this is important. You invite together towards the event. All right. You literally, this is what we've done for the people, for Rico, for Emilio, for Shari. I don't know if you still remember, but we rented an Airbnb in Rotterdam for the big event of Jason Brown. Let me know in the chat box if you still remember. And we were actually calling together. We were inviting together. All right. How many people did we have on the Rotterdam event? Do you guys still remember? How many people did we have on the Rotterdam event? No, way more than 100. We had almost 300 people on the Rotterdam event, 250 exactly. And the team of Smooth Pips back then was only with, I think, 15 people, something like that, 15 to 20 people. All right. We had 250 people on the big event with Jason Brown. All right. So that's what we did. We launched Rotterdam that day. All right. And that day, everything changed. All right. That day, the team started to grow. The day the team was officially launched. Okay. Now I'm going to close this call off with 6 pieces of advice or 6 tips that you can use. You want to keep a list in launching somebody, because this is what I do. For example, the name, subscribed by, followed up by, added to the WhatsApp chat, the Discord chat. When is the launch call? Have you done the launch call? What kind of strategy is the person using? Is his goal to go 2 and 3 or Platinum 600? Does he has a name list? Launch call 2. And then here we have extra information, and if this person is a diamond in the business. Okay, this is what I do with all the new members. Okay, you need to keep a written list. Again, this is not a hobby. If you treat this as a hobby, it will pay you as a hobby. And how much does a hobby pay? Not much. Okay, you want to treat this as a business. If you have a business, you're going to have your accounting, you're going to have your stockage list, you're going to have all the different things, because you treat it as a business and it makes you money. The same thing with what we do. All right, you want to be professional. Now the second thing is you want to become a good storyteller, because when you tell stories, people listen, and when you tell stories, people can relate. All right, the example that I gave you guys during the presentation, I always tell my story. I literally say always the same thing. For example, I started with this business. I posted something on my social media, on my story, and 2 or 3, 4 people said to me like, hey, I want to learn more about what you're doing. I posted on my story, learning from a professional trader. All right, and 3 or 4 people reacted on that story. 2 of them signed up 2 days later. A 3rd person signed up 3, 4 days later. Now, actually, my free subscription happened in the first 2 days, so I never needed to pay my fee anymore. And then basically the 3rd one signed up, and I was getting an extra $150 from the company. Now, what happened basically? So let's say that you have Lisa, Paul, and Sarah. Well, Lisa and Paul and Sarah, they also wanted to have their free subscription. So what happened is the team started to grow. All right. And even Paul, he said, look, I know more than 2 people. I know 12 people. All right. He became Platinum 600. The team started to grow. And that, for me personally, that was how I was able to quit my job a lot faster and to actually reach financial independence, is because I was able to build, to trade. I was able to use my residuals in order to fund my trade account, in order to fund my crypto, in order to fund my NFTs that I want to buy. You know, I tell my story, and the person is saying, oh, this is relatable. All right. And it makes sense as well, because I'm going to be straight up. If you want to become a consistent trader, if you need money, most of the times you're not going to make money. I don't know if anybody on this call, for the people that have been longer in the business, can relate. If you need money, you're not going to make money. Let me know in the chat box if you know this feeling. I see some people. But if you don't need money, the money will start to flow. All right. Because if you need money, you're emotional. All right. The reason I was able to quit my job a lot faster was I was able to use the $600 and put it in Ethereum. All right. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, the third one is you want to be bold and set the right expectations. Okay. That's what I said in the beginning as well. You must demand respect, and not in an arrogant way. Okay. But in a way that it makes sense. All right. Because your time is valuable, but people need to understand as well that your time is valuable. All right. So this is really important, because we don't need people. People need us. If for example, Brandon doesn't want it, there are a lot of other people that are begging for this opportunity. All right. 4 is you want to work with deadlines. So that's what I also talked about. 5, and this is an important one, you want to become a diamond scanner. Okay. You want to be a diamond digger. You want to, and what you want to do is, if you have found a diamond, you want to leverage the diamond with your coaches. For example, let's say you're in the team of Noman. If you have found a diamond, what you should do is you should call Noman and say, bro, I have a stud in my team. I want you to meet him. All right. That's what Noman did, for example, with me and Luke. Whenever he found out that Luke was the next chairman in his team, Luke is now on his way to Platinum 5000. All right. So you want to leverage the diamonds with your coaches. Okay. Because personally, for me, I would rather find 10 leaders in my business than 100 customers. All right. Because a lot of people will say impact over income. Okay. And that's the vision we all share, impact over income. But I know if I can find 10 leaders in my organization, they will help 500 customers. They will bring 500 customers. All right. The 100 customers, they won't bring 500 customers. The 10 leaders, they're going to bring 500 customers, which means more impact. Does that make sense? All right. Which means more impact. Okay. So what are you looking for? And this is important. You can write that down. If you want to look for somebody that's hungry, and first you need to check if you have that for yourself. The reason that you're on this call, it's a good sign, because it means that you're hungry. But what do you look for is someone needs to be hungry. Okay, that's for me the most important aspect. I could have somebody in my team that has no experience, no looks, nothing, no skills. But if I see that he's hungry, I'm going to give 100% of my time to that person. That's like the most important thing, because I don't want to pull and drag people. They need to want it. You can give people steak, you can give people pasta, you can give people Wagyu beef, but if the person is not doesn't want to eat, he's not going to eat. If he doesn't have hunger, he's not going to eat. That's what I meant. So if he doesn't have hunger, he will not eat. Okay, so someone who's hungry, someone who's coachable, that's the second one, and someone that has the right intentions. Okay, someone that has the right intentions. What I mean with the right intentions, like for example, toxic egos, I want to keep that far away from me. Bad vibes, negative vibes, I want to keep that far away from me. All right, so this is what I mean with the right intention. Disloyalty, and it's not something that you will always feel, but if I see some traits of disloyalty, I want to keep that far away from me. All right, because let's imagine that you give somebody the power and the influence, and the person is disloyal, and he and you together with the person create a team of over 200 customers. And because he's disloyal and he has the shiny object syndrome, he's watching to another opportunity and says, oh, let's go to the other one. All right, I need people in my organization that say, I'm going to plant my flag and I'm going to make this successful until it happens. All right, the grass is not greener at the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. Okay, so this is really, really important to understand. And number 6 is you want to use the excitement. Okay, this is the last one, and then this is the last slide basically. So you want to use the excitement, because the biggest form the narrative. In the beginning, you can set the goals. In the beginning, you can set the deadlines. But after 2 years, it becomes difficult to set the deadlines and the goals. All right. Same thing with a little baby. When is it easier to teach and to educate the baby? When he's 0 or 1 or 2 years old, or when the baby, or not the baby anymore, but the adult becomes 40 years old and he has certain locked paradigms and problems and issues, it becomes difficult to educate the person. You need to educate the person when he's fresh, when he's young, when he's new, when he's excited. Okay, that's when you can use the excitement in order to catapult into success. All right, because from what I've seen, for example, with people that start, if they don't become 2 and 3, or if they don't become a platinum 150 or platinum 600, most of the times they will quit after a few months. Okay, not every time. Sometimes you have customers that stay customer, they pay the subscription. I have customers in my team that are customer for already 3 years. All right, they never became 2 and 3. But most of the time, if the person doesn't become 2 and 3, or doesn't become platinum 150 in the first months, he's probably gonna quit. All right, because it takes a while before you start to become a profitable trader. All right. Okay, so you want to use the excitement. So this was the information that I wanted to share with you guys. Hope you had a lot of value. Implement this, use this, because the launch is, for me personally, is the most important skill that you can learn as a person. Okay, that's like 85% of the work. So you want to launch yourself first. That's what I talked about in the beginning. You want to put it on social media and say, I'm launching my business. All right, just like you would launch your restaurant or your hairdresser salon. All right, you're gonna launch this business, and then you need to learn how to launch members. All right, so have a great evening, everybody. Stay blessed. Tomorrow we have the man, the myth, the legend, Luc and Noman on the call, and they will talk about leadership. This will be a fire training. I mean, this is gonna be lit. All right, so make sure to be on the call. Have a great evening and see you guys at the top. Let's go.